Welcome back. Thanks for joining for another video. If you like my content, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment if you like. Likes are very appreciated, and thanks to everyone for all the support. It's been about, 4 or 5 days. Today is April the 11th, 2023. I think my last video was on the 5th. I'm not positive. And I had said at the time that it might be my last morel video of the year, but that was because we were having like highs over 80 degrees every day, and I thought that was just going to shut them down. A couple days after that, it started dipping down, and the last 2 days we've actually had frost on the cars in the morning. So yesterday I checked a small patch and I actually found some really nice mushrooms, so I decided to come on back out today. As you can see, the woods look completely different. In the last few days, everything has put leaves out. The undergrowth is beginning to get out of control, but I am finding nice mushrooms. And they're a little more mature and a little darker, but definitely not what I consider to be past prime yet. In fact, these are excellent for dehydrating. So I'm gonna look around and hopefully I'll be back with some more. This is probably gonna be my last morel hunt of the year because they are very mature, and I think we're going to warm up after this, and it'll probably shut them down for the rest of the season. But they're in here, and they're still nice and firm and smell good. As long as they still smell like you would want to actually cook and eat them, I will continue getting them and taking them to the dehydrator to store for later. But see if I can find some more. I'm now finding these really small ones in the diminutiva group, and I say group because one of you kind viewers, and my apologies for not remembering exactly who it was, but someone mentioned the other day about how I had said we only had a few species, and in fact there are many, many species of morels, and there are, but a lot of them will fall into similar characteristics, and so we place them in a group and a lot of times just speak of them as those sharing common characteristics as being one thing. But I appreciate you pointing that out, and it is true. But these are something in the diminutiva group, so the group that is characterized by its very small size. And so I guess because this is what I'm finding, I'm gonna have to narrow my focus and slow down a little bit, and hopefully I'll be back with some more. Well, apparently there's a big bear around. I don't know if they eat morels, but could it be one of the reasons I haven't seen many today? I don't know, but I sure hope that I don't come across him or her. I see that the bear came through this way. It's not small. My weight does not sink nearly that deeply into this gravel bar. So a lot of people speak about this mushroom, which is devil's urn. I forget the Latin name, but they speak about it as being an indicator that you should be in the same general vicinity as morels. It is a cousin of the morel and an ascomycete, and this plant growing with it is, around here the common name is creeping or ground cedar. It's one of the really primitive proto plants, and it's growing with these devil's urns. And so I started to look around, and sure enough, right next to them we have one anyway, something in the diminutiva group, but it's a pretty big one. So I'm gonna scour this area and see if I can't find a few more. Sure enough, that's really big for a diminutiva group. That's a huge one. And I see a few more off in the distance over that way. Nice. When it's the tulip morel like this that you're hunting for, it's more important than ever to just stop when you know that you're in an area with them and get down on one knee or both knees or your hands and knees, whatever is the most comfortable for sitting for a few minutes, and really just start to scan extremely slowly, because a lot of them are not even going to be any taller than the duff or the understory plants, like this one right up under here. And so you can be surrounded by them and just never even realize that they're around you. This becomes like one of those things from the mall back in the 90s where you would stare at it until you could see the hidden picture. And it can be frustrating, but when it starts to get frustrating, that's the time to just pack it in. But I'm not quite there yet, so I'm gonna keep looking after I grab these couple. And I just pinch these off, they're so small. There's another one, and look at that little guy. It's kind of ridiculous, but this is the kind of morel hunting that most people do when they first figure it out a little bit. This is what my first morels were, these. So it's a good way to train your eye. Don't leave fish to find fish. Beauty right there.